Hello and welcome back to Dholera Insider. In our first episode, we introduced you to Dholera SIR, its scale, ambition, and landmark investment by Tata Electronics. Today, we will go deeper. We will explore who else is investing in Dholera SIR, how these projects are backed by special policy support, and most importantly, how this translates into jobs and opportunities. While Tata Electronics' 91,000 crore semiconductor fabrication project remains the headline, it is by no means the only investment moving into Dholera SIR. Linde, a German industrial gases company, is in advanced talks to set up a major plant in Dholera to supply gases essential for semiconductor fabrication like oxygen, nitrogen, argon, and specialty gases. That gas plant will not just produce bulk gases, it will have warehousing, blending, testing, and quality controlled infrastructure. Linde already has over 1,000 operating plants and delivers specialty gases and tailored support for semiconductor, solar, and display industries. The company said it is well placed to serve the fabs in India owing to its strong local presence as well as a robust global supply chain of electronics gases, which are already qualified for fabs in Taiwan, Korea, Singapore, and the US. The company's deputy business head of South Asia, Milan Sadukhan, had told Economic Times that Linde is investing early to be ready to meet the requirements of upcoming electronics projects in Dholera. Linde already has a strong footprint in Gujarat with capacities in Dahej and Sanand, and the company's plan for capacity addition in Dholera is now in an advanced stage, and they're looking forward to partnering with large electronics customers in that region. Though Linde's exact investment figure isn't public yet, this is a strategic move. The setup will need engineers, chemists, operators, logistics staff, lab analysts, which will create hundreds to low thousands of direct jobs and support many more in ancillary services. Then comes Inox Air Products, which is another industrial gases major, and it is also expanding capacity in Gujarat, including Dholera, to supply high purity gases to semiconductor and high-tech industries. Inox AP is already crucial to India's aspirations in the semiconductor sector, and besides supporting India's first investment in Dholera, it already operates 6 separation units in Gujarat, producing liquid gases for various manufacturing sectors. The establishment of this new specialty gas hub represents an expansion of its existing operations, and it is pegged at Rs 500 crore. Together, Linde and Inox Air will form the critical supply backbone for fabs that depend on uninterrupted ultra-pure gas inputs. Next is Tokyo Electron, a Japanese company which makes semiconductor fabrication equipment. They are already planning to open an office in Dholera to support the Tata fab and broader electronics investments. This means the supply of critical tools, services, and technical collaboration will be locally anchored. And their office may not be a mega factory, but its presence is strategically important. Their Dholera office will accommodate 200 to 300 engineers, training facilities, and a parts warehouse. While focusing on R&D in software, AI, and robotics, the company envisions future manufacturing in India driven by automation. Another international company, Merck, also a material science and electronics giant, is expected to play a key role in supporting semiconductor fabs with high purity chemicals, gases, and advanced materials. Merck already supplies globally to leading fabs and has been expanding its India electronics division in sync with Dholera's semiconductor roadmap. Next is Lam Research Corporation, the US-based semiconductor equipment leader. Lam is setting up an Indian presence to support the country's fabs, including the one at Dholera. Lam will engage in workforce training and process technology support. The company has also launched programs in collaboration with Indian institutes like IISc to develop fab-ready talent. So when you put all of this together, we have Tata plus Powerchip building the core fab, which is pegged at 91,000 crore, we have Linde and Inox Air setting up critical inputs for those fabs, which will be required for industrial gases. Then we have Tokyo Electron and Lam Research anchoring equipment and technical support locally. And then we have Merck strengthening materials and chemical supply. And this cluster effect is deliberate. And the aim is to create an integrated semiconductor ecosystem, not just isolated factories. And other major infrastructure and energy companies are also active. For example, Torrent Power has won power distribution rights in the region, making sure that industries here are backed by a reliable electricity supply. Renew Power, India's largest renewable energy company, is also aligned with Dholera's valuation. Renew Power is working to integrate solar and wind energy directly into the region's industrial grid. Renew's plant is already operational and has a capacity of 2.4 gigawatt solar module and 2.5 gigawatt solar cell manufacturing. It is spread across 55 acres. The Renew plant will ensure that Dholera's semiconductor and manufacturing base remains both high-tech and sustainable. Because Dholera is not just the nation's first semiconductor city, but also the first smart green city. The region is also attracting global investor interest. Overseas companies and NRIs from the US, UK, Singapore, and UAE are showing up as active participants. So, all in all, Dholera SIR is not a single factory story. It's becoming a full-fledged ecosystem of high-tech manufacturing, support industries, utilities, and services. Now, behind all of this investment momentum is a carefully structured policy and institutional framework. As we already mentioned in our pilot episode, the region is being developed by Dholera Industrial City Development Limited, also known as DICDL, which is a special purpose vehicle formed jointly by the Gujarat government and the central government. And large land parcels are already being developed under what are called town planning schemes. The purpose of these schemes is to break down the large 920 square kilometer area of the smart city into manageable zones for infrastructure, land use, and development. They make sure that when industry, homes, and services come up, they are in a planned way and not just scattered everywhere. Instead of trying to build all 920 square kilometers at once, the Dholera SIR Development Authority has divided it into 6 schemes. The first 2 schemes, TP2A and TP4A, known as the activation area of Dholera SIR, are being built out first, and it includes roads, water, power, industry zones, and homes. Once those are operational, others will follow. In total, the 6 schemes, TP1 to TP6, span around 420 square kilometers of the region. There is also a clear pipeline for residential, social infrastructure to support the workforce and their families. If you want to learn more about these schemes, head to our website dholera360.net. So when we speak of Dholera, we are speaking of a place where policy, land, infrastructure, and industry all come together. The playing field is built and the players are slowly arriving. Now let's talk about jobs, because it's not just boardroom numbers, it's also about people's livelihoods. Tata's fab alone is projected to create over 20,000 direct and indirect jobs in its first phase. And beyond the big factories, supporting industries that include gases, chemicals, electronics components, then utilities that includes power and water, infrastructure like roads and airports, residential and services like housing and retail and logistics will contribute many more jobs in semi-skilled and skilled categories. Moreover, the policy indicates that these industrial jobs will be accompanied by social infrastructure, which means new homes, new schools, hospitals, and amenities for workers' families too. As we've seen, Dholera is rapidly evolving from vision to visible reality. The corridors are being built, the factories are coming up, and the jobs are also lining up. In the next episode of Dholera Insider, we will bring you a deep dive into how the backbone of Dholera SIR is being built. From roads, airport, expressways, renewable energy, and smart systems that make it India's most advanced city in the making. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next episode.